still got time to call in, 702-483-4444. Our next guest with us here in the studio is none other than Just Alliance.
Hello. How are we?
Fantastic. We've had you on a couple different programs. One
Absolutely.
on KLAV, I know, when we were Vegas Ambassadors of Hospitality last year, and again when we became Vegas Ambassadors of Hospitality on VANR, you were able to come back in. So I'm so glad to have you on my show because we bumped into each other a few months back, maybe, or at least by that time, over at Money Plays.
Yeah, for the Vegas on the Mic.
Yeah, you happen to be stopping in there looking at some of the other fresh talent coming on board.
Absolutely. This city has a lot of untapped talent, if you will. A lot of independent artists coming up, and I like to go out and just I'm on my own path as it is, but to go out there and see what everybody else is doing and, you know, what new sounds and textures and everything else, songwriting ideas people are coming up, it's always great to go out there and see talent coming up because it's such a good time.
You are unique in what you do. You have heads turning, and people are listening and wondering, what is going on? What is he doing? Now, you call yourself a looper.
Correct.
Tell us
I've been called worse, but as a loop artist, what I do, I essentially sample. My primary instrument when I'm out there doing my live looping show is my voice. Mm-hmm. There's little to no instruments involved, but like I was telling the gentleman in the green room right before we started the show, is I go from silence to an entire wall of sound. You know, your bass, your drums, your vocal percussion, all that kind of stuff. And what I'm doing, I'm taking my voice and sampling it or recording it live in real time, and then that repeats, and I just layer everything on top of it. And if all goes correctly, then it sounds like music. If not, then I just blame it on the sound guy, or in this case, the radio engineer.
Now, you've got your equipment here in
Correct.
the studio with us today. You've kind of arranged it as best you can. Are you going to be able to play a couple songs with us
Absolutely.
today?
I'd love to. Thank you.
That's
Absolutely.
fantastic. What else are you got going on? I mean, where are you performing and things like this? And what I need to get out for you really right away is how are they going to stay connected with you? So if they needed to go and check you out while you're actually playing, could anybody know what your website is
Absolutely.
or how to get in touch with you right now?
My website, pretty much every day, if not every other day, justalliance.com, JUSTALLIANCE. Twitter at Just Alliance, and Facebook at Just Alliance Music. And I actually recently started blogging as well, talking about life as an independent artist, and also addressing gear questions as well. I get questions every day, different people around the city, around the state, around the country, around the world. Hey, I saw in your video that you're using the such and such pedal. I use it like this. I see you use it like that. Can you shed some light on it? Like I had a guy in the UK that sent me a direct message on Twitter saying, "Hey man, I had the GT10B. You know, what can you tell me about it?" I'm like, "Well, it won't take much, you know." So, he and I've struck up a correspondence like that, and blogging also serves as a way to connect with the fans and also the music community as well, because with looping, it's like you're a guitar player. Okay, you could be jazz, rockabilly, funk, salsa, flamenco. There's so many different styles. You know, guitar is not a style of music. It's it's your platform and how you do it. Looping's no different. You can, I've seen people run power tools or found items like, tin cans and all that kind of stuff, or guitars, or in my case, voice. And it allows me to connect to, loopers from around the world and correspond with them and tricks of the trade and everything else. And truth be told, it's a very tight-knit, supportive community, and that's been really refreshing, because I've only been doing this for 5 years, and to have guys on the other side of the world are like, "Hey man, this is how I use this piece of equipment, try it like this way." I'm like, boom, then the light bulb goes off. I'm like, wow, how come I didn't think of that?
How much musical experience did you have before you came into being a loop artist?
I started banging around on a piano when I was like 8 years old, and I mean banging it around. But I started playing trumpet when I was probably 12, 13 years old, and that carried on over to high school, into college, and post-college, and then, maybe 2-3 years outside of college. That's when I first saw this looping stuff, and I didn't know what the heck I was looking at, but I knew I liked it. Mm-hmm. Look at the Grand Canyon. I don't know how that was made. I hear something called erosion, but I know I like it. I don't know the specifics, but I know I like it, And just locked myself in my apartment and tried to figure out what's what, and truth be told, I'm still locked in there trying to figure it out. I mean, practice all the time is trying to make myself a better artist.
Good. So the passion's there, and it's
Absolutely.
developing every day, and you can't wait to get it out and share it with people.
Absolutely.
Around town here and sometimes out of town. Tell us a little bit about that.
Actually, some really big news I'm very excited to share is actually this fall I'm actually going on tour, and it'll be going through Seattle, Portland, the Oregon coast, Santa Clara, California, Long Beach, a show here in town, and then on into Texas as well. So it's actually a series of loop music festivals from loopers from all around the world. We have people coming from East Asia, Europe, the Nordic countries, East Coast, West Coast, the Midwest. And that's actually a lot of fun. And I'm in the process of planning out the tour, lodging, and also not only is it performance-based, I'm also looking at doing in-store performances, like at a Sam Ash or a Guitar Center or something like that, and also doing school workshops as well. I'm talking to high schools and middle schools and also colleges up there. And actually, it looks like my tour officially is actually going to kick off at a college in Eastern Washington, performing for the music faculty there, or actually music college there. Sorry.
Okay, wonderful. How's the music programs here locally with the Clark County School District or the colleges here in Las Vegas?
There is a lot of great music and a lot of great musicians coming out of the Clark County School District. I've seen the Coronado programs. I've seen the Foothill programs. I've seen, the Green Valley High School programs, all these different programs out there. They're doing fantastic things. Actually, some associates of mine over at Foothill, they just got back from the National Drum Championships, WCI. I think that's what it's called. If they're listening, I'm sorry if I butchered it, but they went there. We have seriously one of the top 10 drum lines in the country, based out of Foothill High School, with Nick Waters and Travis Party out there, and they're fantastic. And actually, every year they invite me out there to do a workshop with live looping and get the students involved, and it's a lot of fun. Did
they also do the Macy Day Parade? Was that Foothill?
Yeah, I think that was Foothill. I think they went there. Last thing I want to do is be walking down the street holding a 20-pound instrument in November on Thanksgiving. So I was like, hey, better you guys than me. I'll watch it from the warmth of my own home come November,
Unbelievable. So you would promote them keeping music as part of the school district's
Absolutely.
curriculum. And I know there's so many things they're trying to cut, and I would say that is not where you want to cut it out. Music is so much of value to these kids.
Right. Music programs not only do great things just for the school, it does great things for the community as well. I've taught in the school district myself, and I've seen middle school programs that have 300, sometimes 400 students in them, and these guys and girls are going home and practicing, and it's just as important as doing little league or dance or anything else. But you can have all the scientists prove this, that, and the other. I don't know. If it's on TV, it must be true, right? Engineer's shaking his head.
Right.
But music does such fantastic things. I went through the Clark County School District myself. I graduated from Valley High School in 19... and I absolutely had a ball. My band director in high school turned me on to jazz music, and that opened a door to so many different things, and listened to Miles Davis and Art Blakey and Lee Morgan and Duke Ellington. Actually, Duke Ellington's birthday is actually April 29th of this month. Happy birthday, Duke. It's too bad you're not still with us. You look great for how old would you be, like 100 and some odd years old now. But, yeah, it's funny how jazz music affected what I do now, because when I'm out there performing as a loop artist, just like a jazz quartet or a jazz trio, no two performances are ever the same. I might do the same songs, but they're never the same way. And if they ever start sounding like that, then I go back in my apartment, lock myself in there, and don't come out until I have something brand new to, take to the streets, if you will.
You just mentioned Duke Ellington. He was actually, as a featured song, being played for the movie American Hustle.
Really? What song? Do you remember?
No, I don't.
Because I didn't see the movie.
It was a good movie, and that's how they kind of meet, is over their connection of Duke Ellington. They start to play his music in the background. That's how the two main characters start to develop what's going on in American Hustle. But nonetheless, you mentioned his name, and I'm thinking, again, artists, even after they pass, have just a longevity of their music that keeps being introduced to younger and younger people, and they realize, hey, it's not all about whatever's fashionable here today to listen to. It's something either on the horizon that's coming up, like you're being a loop artist and things like that, or the old styles, and then the combination of all that coming together to make even somebody else more interested to say, hey, I wonder what else I could be involved with.
Absolutely. It's funny you said, I wonder what I could be involved with. I wonder what I could do with this. Is when I'm out there at schools doing workshops, I'll have sixth graders that can barely hold a violin because they're so tiny, and they come up and they're like, wow, what is all this stuff? And I show them, my pedals and whatnot, and I put the microphone in their hand and I show them how to do it, and they're off to the races. And I'll get emails still, hey, I finally got that loop pedal from a workshop I did a year or two ago. And why should we keep music in the schools? for that reason. I mean, you're building the empire within a person, the music empire. It starts with but a brick. Every journey starts with but a step. And why not keep it in there? And that's part of my workshop is not only, hey, check out this new platform of musical expression, but you as a trombone player can do this. You as a soprano can do this. You as a tenor sax player can do this. You as a hand percussion person can do this. And that's something that's very gratifying to me, because I remember seeing guys that would come out to schools when I was in middle school or high school or whatever. I'm like, wow, that guy's so awesome. And now I'm kind of in that position, paying it back or paying it forward, depending on how you look at it.
How about a little bit of something right now? Can you rearrange? And
absolutely. Let me walk over to Mission Control and do some music for you. Hang on one second.